Look, I'm enjoying some of these Musk Trump memes and jokes as much as anybody. By the way, my favorite so far is Alien versus Predator. Anyway, that said, there's something to be learned from the original Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, about 160 years ago. He told a story, and I'll give you the short version, but Lincoln was telling a story about a farmer. He said he was working near his house when he glanced over at this tree that stood immediately next to his house, this huge, tremendous tree, a tree that he had looked at for years as something to be prized, both for its size, its grandeur, but also the protection that he believed that it afforded his house and his family. While he looked at it, he noticed a squirrel run up the tree and into what he suspected was a hole. So he went over and investigated, and sure enough, on investigating the tree, he found the hole, and looking inside, he realized that this huge tree was actually hollow from top to bottom, only supported by a thin rim of sound wood. And as he thought about that, it occurred to him that this tree could come crashing down at any moment. And if he didn't take it down, it could be blown over, in a storm with its high winds and destroy his house and harm his family. If he did try to take it down, he could still bring it crashing down on his house, destroying the house and harming his family. And he wished he had never seen the squirrel. And I think the application today, beyond the obvious, is that thin rim of sound wood today could be interpreted as the power of the current presidency, propping up this otherwise hollow man. It could be interpreted as just sheer wealth and the access and power that brings, propping up this otherwise hollow, fickle, emotionally fragile Musk. And in the case of the Republican Party today, you've got two trees, and their branches are now intertwined, and they're both hollow, and the winds are blowing, and they could both come crashing down on your house. One could fall and likely pull the other over. When you depend on people like that, hollow men, seemingly powerful and having all the attributes that you would aspire for, right? Wealth, power, fame. When you look past the true principles and characteristics that we ought to look for in leaders, this is what you wind up with. Leadership is a whole lot more than promises made, promises kept. Leadership is more than being the biggest, baddest, loudest bully in the yard, because they almost always are brought down. The question is, when they come down, will they bring you down with them?